Yes, so once again, very good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the third part of our tense, that is the future tense. So let's quickly start with it. So, from the three types, we are going to discuss future tense today, and the first one is future indefinite or simple future tense. So, this tense is used for an action which begins at a certain future moment. That is to say what we think that will happen, or as a prediction what we think that might happen in future, so that we express in simple future tense, like he will come here on Sunday. It's a general future that yes, वो शायद संडे को यहाँ आएगा. I shall meet you tomorrow. मैं तुम्हारे साथ कल मुलाकात करूंगा. They will write a letter to me. So this way we express simple future tense for an action which begins in future at a certain future moment, or what we think will happen. So I shall not take the test tomorrow. The fair will last for a week. We will learn Hindi in due course time. So that way we see that how we these sentences, they express an action which will take place under normal circumstances in the time to come. So अगर सब कुछ ठीक है तो ये चीज होगी. So that way we use it. Next is a simple future is also used to indicate an offer or promise. Now here one thing you must keep this in mind, that with first person, that is with I and we use shall to express simple future. I shall meet you tomorrow. We shall meet you tomorrow. But if with I and we you use will, then the meaning changes. Then it indicates an offer or a promise, right? So I will give you a nice gift. So the usage will, it actually shows the promise made by you or the determination showed by you, right? So it is my birthday today, so we will have a grand party. That means a kind of promise that you make, a surety, a determination कि आज birthday है तो मैं जरूर party करूंगा. Otherwise, if you are just simply refer to a simple future action in general, then you will use with first person I and we shall, right? Other than that, with he, she, it, and they, and you, we use will for simple future tense. So that way, this thing is to be kept in mind कि जब आप I के साथ shall use करते हो या we के साथ shall use करते हो, it expresses simple future action that will take place under normal circumstances in the time to come. Okay. So, form of writing a simple future in affirmative sentence with subject, we add will or shall plus V1 plus object. Shall is used with first person, I and we. So this is just a note written just to remind you again to keep this in mind that you don't commit any mistake. He will play football. It will rain heavily in August. We shall go to the market in the evening. So simple future tense में हम क्या use करते हैं? Will और shall के साथ verb in its first form. In negative sentences, subject के साथ will not, shall not plus V1 and the object. He will not play football. It will not rain heavily in August. We shall not go to the market in the evening. And will not and shall not can be expressed in its abbreviated form. We can write the short form as will not, won't, shall not, shan't. Then interrogative sentences, we have to place the helping verb will and shall in the beginning, then the subject, then V1 and the object and the question mark. Will he play football? Will it rain heavily in August? Shall we go to the market in the evening? Right? So this way you talk about a simple future. Now, there is another case where when you express certain hopes and expectation, right? So you often use simple future used with the verbs like assume, think, expect, suppose, hope, believe, etc. So जैसे as for example, I expect India will win this test series. I hope she will get a job soon. I think we will succeed in our plan. So this way, with these kind of verbs like expect, hope, believe, doubt, think, etc., We also use the simple future tense, right? Next is future continuous tense. It is used for an action that will be in progress at a given moment in the future. Future के किसी एक moment पे वो काम चल रहा होगा. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. I shall be taking my lunch. Sita will be singing on stage at this moment. So writing, the form of writing a future continuous is that with subject you use will be or shall be V1 ing. A cool breeze will be blowing at this time tomorrow. She will be going to London next week. I shall be cooking food for guests in the evening. Next is with the negative one. Subject will not be, shall not be, V1 ing. So a cool breeze will not be blowing at this time tomorrow. She will not be going to London next week. I shall not be cooking for guests in the evening. Interrogatives में will, shall, subject be ing. Will a cool breeze be blowing at this time tomorrow? So ये फॉर्म बहुत ध्यान से याद रखना है. Will, shall, फिर subject, फिर place the word be and then ing. Okay. So will she be going to London next week? Shall I be cooking food for guests in the evening? So this way the structure has to be kept in mind while framing the question. Next. Next is the future perfect tense. To express an action completed before a given moment in the future. कि future के किसी एक given moment में वो काम खत्म हो चुका होगा. The school will have declared the result by next Saturday. I shall have finished my work by tomorrow evening. So इस तरह से future perfect किस लिए use किया जाता है? To express an action which will be completed in the given time of future. So this is also used to express an action that will be completed and in future before another action takes place. So the verb expressing the future action, previous future action is put in the future perfect tense. मतलब जो घटना पहले घटेगी उसके बारे में उसको फ्यूचर परफेक्ट में एक्सप्रेस करना है दूसरी घटना के घटने से पहले. और ये भी ध्यान रखना है कि ये जो दूसरा एक्शन है उसे सिंपल प्रेजेंट में एक्सप्रेस करना है. जैसे आई शैल हैव फिनिश्ड माय नॉवल बिफोर ही कम्स. सो फिनिशिंग द नॉवल पहले होगा और उसका आना बाद में होगा. सो ये जो पहले वाली घटना है उसको फ्यूचर परफेक्ट में यूज करना है एंड बाद वाली को सिंपल प्रेजेंट में. ही विल हैव रीच्ड द स्कूल बिफोर द बेल गोज. बेल बजने से पहले वो स्कूल पहुंच चुका होगा. So that way you express future perfect tense. So the form of writing a future perfect is with subject you add will have, shall have plus V3. The train will have come before you reach the station. I shall have read the whole book before you come back. By the next year, he will have shifted to another city. So इस तरह से will have, shall have के साथ verb in its third form. Right? So ये है future perfect tense. That means future के किसी एक moment पे या किसी एक काम के शुरू होने से पहले वो पहला काम खत्म हो चुका होगा. Negatives में we add will not, shall not, have V3. The train will not have come before you reach the station. I shall not have read the book before you come back. By next year, he will not have shifted to another city. So this way, will not have, shall not have use करना है. For interrogatives, will, shall, the subject, then have, then be three. Will the train have? So इस बात का ध्यान रखना है कि जो दो verbs हैं उनके बीच में subject को place करना है. Will the train have come before you reach the station? Shall I have read the whole book before you come back? Will he have shifted to another city by next year. So this way the question structure has to be kept in mind. इसे ध्यान से लिखना है, गलती नहीं करनी है. And the last part is the future perfect continuous tense. ये जो future perfect continuous tense है, ये अब जो है ज़्यादा use नहीं किया जाता है. It is no longer in use these days. But still, we can understand how it is used. Future perfect continuous tense is used to describe an ongoing action that will complete in future. That means future के किसी एक point पे वो काम शुरू होगा, then it will continue for a moment and then it will get over. But the action which is assumed to be continued for a time is not specified, or it can be an unspecified time in future. And again, a time reference with since and for will be given there. He will have been studying in the library for 3 hours. The kid will have been sleeping since 10 p.m. They will have been discussing about the issue for 5 days. So that way, this future perfect continuous tense, it actually refers to a certain action which will start and will continue up to a certain moment in the future and then will get complete. So it's not clear this time period kitne वक्त के लिए. It can be specified or unspecified. The duration of time can be mentioned here, and we use it to express future action that will start in future, then it will continue to a certain point, and then it will get complete, right? So this way, he will have been studying, the kids will have been sleeping, they will have been discussing. With since and for, we express it. So since is used for the point of time, for is used for the period of time. So rules, the form of writing continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense with subject, will have been, shall have been, verb 1, an object with since and for, and the question mark. He will have, sorry, in affirmative sentence, you don't need a question mark. He will have been reading the book for 2 hours. I shall have been watching the concert for an hour. It will have been raining since dawn. For negatives, we use will not have been, shall not have been. Rest rule is similar. He will not have been reading the book for 2 hours. I shall not have been watching the concert for an hour. It will not have been raining since dawn. Then with interrogative sentences, the structure goes like this. Will, shall plus subject plus have been plus V1 ing, the object, then since and for, that is the time duration with it, and the question mark. Will he have been reading the book for 2 hours? Shall I have been watching the concert for an hour? Will it have been raining since dawn? So this way we express future perfect continuous tense. Right, students? So this is all about the tenses. We have covered all the three tenses, the present, future, and the past. I hope the tenses form is clear to you, and to attain mastery over the tenses, you must practice these tenses. So do a lot of practice, read a lot of books, go through the grammar rules again and again, solve a lot of exercises, then only you can attain mastery over it, right? So I hope this is clear to you. And now let me give you certain exercises to do. I'll ask you some questions. You will translate it and you will try to assume the correct tense also, right, students? Okay.